I'm John. I'm from Common Frontiers, which, if you don't know, is a coalition of labor, environmental, student, religious, and development organizations. And we've been working with allies in Mexico, in Quebec, in the United States, some of whom are with us this weekend, for a different kind of North America, and we've been working on that for more than 20 years. And I'm here to talk about the North American Competitiveness Council. We'll just call it the NAC for convenience, or what we might call the North American Corporate Coup d'etat. Now, 168 years ago, on April the 25th, a mob broke into the new Canadian Parliament buildings, which were then in Montreal, broke up the furniture, smashed the gas lamps, the building went up in flames, but the members retreated safely. The mob included many business people, Tories, upset with the government and with trade policy. And shortly thereafter, some of them published something called the Annexation Manifesto, calling for union with the United States. Today, they don't have to burn down the Parliament buildings to make their point. All they have to do is quietly take the guts out of the place. The Security and Prosperity Partnership, as Dorval have said, is the bland name for this process. Its architects are a privileged council of 30 senior private sector executives, the NAC, 10 from each of the 3 countries. You can find a list of these folks on their website. For Canada, they include Paul Desmarais, chair of the Power Corporation, appropriately named, Rick George, president and CEO of Suncor, let's hear it for oil, Hunter Harrison, president and CEO of CN, Michael Sabia, president and CEO of Bell Canada, Richard Waugh, president and CEO of Scotiabank, and others. The Canadian Secretariat for this group is based in Tom DeKino's Canadian Council of Chief Executives. The NAC is just one part of a plan for the future of North America and the governing of North America that the Canadian Council of Chief Executives and its allies in Mexico and the US have been developing and implementing for several years now. I think you're probably by now getting the picture. This group, this elite group, has a mandate to advise the 3 governments, as the Council of the Americas puts it, to prioritize the priorities. It has access, which none of the rest of us have, meeting with security and prosperity ministers, engaging with senior government officials on an ongoing basis. That's what the Prime Minister told us when he appointed Canada's 10 last June. And last month, right here in Ottawa, when Condi and Peter MacKay were making eyes at each other, it presented its initial agenda, its private sector priorities. I'm not going into great detail about this because I want to point to something more fundamental. My basic point is how unhealthy and weak our democracies are if we are permitting, if we are tolerating unique and privileged access for a group of powerful and overpaid corporate CEOs to our political leaders to advance agendas which will change the face of the continent and how it is governed. They have gained this position not only over our heads, but over the heads of our parliamentary and congressional representatives. And how inadequate are our media if they have not ripped the veil off this process? Are we, in fact, sleeping through a corporate coup d'etat?